This has nothing to do with the video, but I have no idea where to put it. Listen to the Snow Bunny Mind Control song from Arcane in English. Peak. The show still blows cock, mind you, but that song is damn great. Is it safe to say that I think Unreal Engine may be one of the worst things happening to video games right now? Full disclosure, I'm not sure what it is about that engine that rubs me the wrong way, but it really came to a header for me around the time Halo Studios, formerly known as 343 Industries, revealed that Halo moving forward will be built using the Unreal Engine. And something in me just snapped.
That shit look like the battle pass.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not the only one that thinks that's a horrendous idea, right? I may be putting my foot in my mouth, but I think that Unreal Engine is the killer of creativity and diversity of thought. Now, I don't actually mean that you can't be creative with Unreal Engine. There are plenty of games that were made with the newest iteration that people seem to love. But I think as more and more game studios move over to the Unreal Engine, some major fuck shit is going to happen that'll bring this whole operation crashing down. And we all know that once a thing gets popular, all these other companies and creators are going to try and emulate it in one way or another, and the customers are going to suffer. It happened with the live service crap that's been going on. It happened with the Marvel dialogue garbage that we've been forced to suffer through, and it's the same with Unreal Engine. Now, I'll admit, making your own game engine is hard, and certain games would plain not exist without the existence of Unreal, but giving more and more power to a single company for a product that is fundamental in creating more product doesn't seem like a good practice of business to me. Let me break this down.
I'm sipping on Pro Magazine with lean, I fell in love. I fell in love.
The video game industry is in a major shortage for talent, or rather, good talent. We have been shown time and time again with these recent releases from major studios that the product is no longer matching the prestige. It's simply because the people who made the games that we all loved growing up no longer work at these studios. Naughty Dog, Bungie, Volition, Rockstar, Rocksteady, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Obsidian. These places exist in name alone, with none of the heart. The reasons for this varies from some kind of hostile takeover, senior members getting pushed out for one reason or another, or getting gutted by a parent company due to low sales. And that leaves spaces to be filled by people with little to no experience using these proprietary engines, which only further slows down development time because the one or two senior members that actually knew how to work the thing either got poached or fired for not having the right politics, or putting their big balls on and leaving because they don't like the direction that the studio is going in anymore. I'm not the only one that thinks it's a bad sign when one of the founders of a game studio walks away from it, right?
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
And when the people who know what they're doing get outed or walk away for whatever reason, the monkeys in the C-suite then waste more time getting together a team of useful hacks who can't even do object collision. Honestly, if a project costs more than $100 million, this shit is absolutely unacceptable. And not only that, but when these games made by the greenhorns don't do well because of fucking course, the entire team gets gutted again. They then bring on more new talent and the cycle repeats. The video game industry on the employee side has become a revolving door, fresh face after the next, with the only people sticking around being the ones who have the right politics, further diminishing the quality of the product because advancement and retention are no longer based on merit. And then we get shit like, what the? On top of that, I believe since the Unreal Engine is so easy to use, it will only proliferate the idea of not having long-term senior staff moving forward. One would think that because teaching someone new how to use Unreal would lessen the amount of time that would go into game development to get products out quicker and good quality is actually a good thing. But I'm seeing it from the angle that Unreal Engine is turning making video games into a low-skill job. Not that that's too high a bar to clear these days, but low skill equals low wage, and low wage means it's time to start hiring overseas, thus creating even more shortages for jobs in America for Americans in a market that should be booming right now. And that's really the only thing that makes sense to me with all the buzz about this engine, because why would a company risk their DEI books for some random employee that's really good at their proprietary engine who make it a good video game when they can just easily implement Unreal and train some clueless college grad do the same thing before kicking him to the curb for the next sucker to come along?
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
Now, don't get me wrong. I fully support the idea of all these legacy game studios that decided they'd become a bulwark against player enjoyment to fully and completely burn to the ground. I personally hold fast to the idea that there's probably no amount of restructuring or changes in vision or what have you that can be done to fix the current problem we have in the video game industry. Either everything is too gay, or too ugly, or too preachy, or being used as a therapy session for its creators, too eager to subvert, too eager to monetize. It's all just too much right now, and there needs to be a great big reset. An Unreal Engine, while it may be an equalizer, I also think that it's going to be one of the final nails in the coffin for that. Does that sound like a stretch? Is Unreal Engine going to be the end-all for all video gaming? I know Unity shit the bed when they decided they were going to start charging developers even after the game releases. Literally, what the fuck? But this can't be the end, right? Another thing that I think Unreal is lousy for popularizing is freaking graphical fidelity.
A young nigga got it bad 'cause I'm brown.
I remember seeing a tech demo for Unreal 5 about a year ago, and I remember them describing the million-point tessellation that cost 10 gigafarts of light rays or whatever the fuck, and I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck does that make the game better? It looks cool, but what the fuck does it matter if my PC can't run it? The fuck does it matter when you have all the pretty lights and effects when there are console games that still release at 30 FPS? Why the fuck is motion blur a thing? I don't need bloom effects or realistic grass interaction. Give me the fucking game and make it good, damn it. This mess only appeals to the tech bros that upgrade for the sake of relevancy. And sure, Unreal allows a more streamlined implementation of it, but what the fuck does it matter if the game is shit? If I have to see another video about how good the retinas are for a character in a game that uses an over-the-shoulder camera, I'm going to start leaving chunks of uranium-235 at my local Arby's. I will always take style over fidelity, and there are actually plenty of games that do that with Unreal, the best example of late being Marvel Rivals. But the Western industry is still playing catch up with that simple concept. Modernity is the best way to date a product. And for the head-scratching jackanapes that don't understand, there's a reason why people are always pining over things that are timeless. And not only the bullshit with the fidelity, but then you get games that pretty much look the same graphics-wise. You could have told me that Back 4 Blood was a Fortnite mod and I would have believed you. But the thing is, as I said previously, you can make amazing things with Unreal. Power World, Stalker, Tekken 8. Holy shit, Tekken 8. Black Myth? Satisfactory? Okay, hold on. That might have been an overreaction, but you don't understand. I fucking love Satisfactory. But you should also understand that the way I see it, Unreal is also a double-edged sword. Because with these amazing graphics, you can trick people into putting money into shit projects. Stuff like The Day Before, South of Midnight, Ark, Dead by Daylight, Subnautica, The Wolf Among Us, Days Gone, and Deep Rock Galactic. Okay, all right, maybe the last few were rage bait. Rock and Stone.
For a punk motherfucker with a badge and a gun to
What I'm essentially trying to say is that polishing a turd doesn't make it not a turd. Unreal will create beautiful games that play like shit made by people who hate your guts, and they'll be able to do it quicker and easier, and that's a bad thing. But on the flip side, these morons still manage to balloon their budgets to all hell and at times get entire studios shut down, so it might be a self-correcting problem. And on top of that, that then gives, you know, these smaller developers, indies, AA, whatever the flip you want to call them, more of a chance to show their product to people who otherwise wouldn't see it, because stuff like that gets blocked out by huge AAA, quadruple A games that just make their rounds around the internet a lot quicker and more efficient than a smaller game studio would have the chance at doing in the video gaming sphere. I really think we may be on the brink of a complete collapse of video gaming, which is a good thing for AA developers and for customers, and maybe future IPs. All these activists are gonna get let go to fester in the sewers where they belong, and we actually might start getting good games again. Wait, I felt like I was supposed to be describing a tragedy. Idiots losing their jobs for making bad product is a good thing, actually. What sucks though is that there are non-idiots in the industry that keep their head down because they have mouths to feed and they don't deserve to go down with the ship. The shitty thing is that now that 2024 is coming to an end and it might be the end of all the woke and the, you know, just the shit that's been going on, I think corporals are starting to realize that they actually need people to like the product if they want to keep making more of it, but it might be too late to turn this ship around. And watching the 2024 Game Awards proved that to me, with the most head-scratching announcement being that Heresy game, and to a lesser degree Concord as well. What I mean is that these games take years to develop and were most likely greenlit at the height of this mid-wit hacktivist nonsense. And since axing all the work isn't an option, they'll be learning the hard way that the customer is always right. And I want to pity them, I do, but no. Follow me on Twitter, niggas. Peace.